what MusicFest is in Atlanta. This past year we had 100,000 people at that festival. 100,000 people at a black hip-hop R&B festival in the heart of the city. So a lot of people, like, the idea of that actually happening, I mean, saying that shit is surreal, right? I mean, when we first started it back in 2010, there was 3,000 people in the parking lot. It kept growing every year. But the reason why One Music Festival came about in Atlanta back in 2010 is in 2008 I was bouncing around going to a lot of festivals in across the United States, and I would see black and brown faces on stage. And when I looked at the audience, I was like, ain't nobody look like me, right? So, but also I understood the connectivity, the vibrations, the community, the intersections that happens at a festival and an event like a Bonnaroo or Lollapalooza or even a Coachella. But it didn't exist for us. It just did not exist. And so even in going out to some of like the big partners that I used to work with, or because I have a brand marketing agency and an event production company as well, and I presented it to them, these folks literally looked me in my face, and they were our lesser hue. Let me say it like that. They looked me in my face and they was like, that's a liability. Black folks ain't gonna support that. I said, really? You gonna tell me what the fuck I want? Like, I need this. Like this Bonnaroo energy, I need this for our culture, our music, black and brown culture. And so I couldn't partner with them, so I said, all right, let me just look left and right at my team, my people, my folks. We started developing the idea and the concept of OMF together. And it took a long time to get to the point to where it is. But I said there's other communities and pockets outside of Atlanta that have been overlooked for too long. And then we started moving around a little bit. You know, we went to Brooklyn, went to Chicago, went to LA, went to Charlotte. And then I gotta acknowledge my line brother, Oscar Joyner, who's been in my ear for a long time. Like, dude, you need to look at Dallas. And so I came to Dallas, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, and I started just saying, this is an incredible fucking city. And the pandemic hit, everything kind of shut down for a second, kind of slowed down the expansion. And then came back, circled back, and came back to Dallas. He introduced me to Desi Brown, who is he's really the mayor. He's the mayor, everybody knows Desi, right? And then I started moving around the city. And honestly, I fell in love with the energy and the possibilities of Dallas. And it also is a city that is tremendously overlooked when it comes to black and brown activations and events. They get all the tours, but when it comes to like celebrating our culture, I couldn't find it in Dallas. Like, all these faces, all these folks, all these influencers, all these movers and shakers, why does this not happen in Dallas? And I was like, I told you, we gotta figure this thing out for Dallas and the Southwest. So after going to Fair Park, I said, oh, this is it. I ain't never seen nothing like Fair Park. I mean, Fair Park is damn near, it's a city within a city. And then he said, you gotta come back to the State Fair. And that's when I was like, oh, this shit is it. Monstrous. I've never seen anything quite like it. And I said, suppose we were to produce something, and we ain't gonna start on the State Fair side. So don't. Like, we ain't there yet, y'all. Right? We gotta walk first. But I said, suppose we did something in Fair Park that celebrated black and brown culture, and set up the meeting. It took a long time to kind of figure it out, but we're here. We're here. Yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all, it may be an idea or a concept of some folks in the Southeast and want to bring something to the Southwest. But this thing does not work without us. Without us to unapologetically celebrate us, our culture, our music, hip hop, old school, Afro beats, down south, Southwest. Celebrate us unapologetically, right? Like this, the festival for One Music Fest really became more like a battle cry. Like why? Why y'all overlooking us? Why can't we program like this? A generational festival that has, I'm telling you, like on left, you got 18-year-olds to 55-year-olds, shoulder to shoulder, listening to everybody from Key Glock to Kodak Black to Janet Jackson, right? Dallas deserves that too. It's a market that's totally overlooked with endless potential. So I'm finally glad we're here.
Yeah.
We made it. We released tickets today. And I'm telling y'all straight up, I didn't know what to expect. You know, people in Dallas kind of buy tickets, like it's a little, the cycle's slow. You know, I'm gonna tell you, the highest ticket that we have available, 10% sold today.
Yeah!
Fuck me up. I said, oh, folks ready to move. They ready. So I'm dumb excited about being here in Dallas. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting near and far. Big Tuck came in, Baby's here. That shit means more than you know, man. So I really appreciate y'all. And the old saying is that the tide rises all ships. So to make this thing last and to make this thing work and make this thing to be a stable event for years and years and years to come in Dallas, it's gonna take all of us to lift, all of us to push, and all of us to really support. And I would say this openly, we want as many ambassadors, influencers, personalities, businesses, locally, to partner with as well. This is not an Atlanta event that's gonna be an Atlanta event in Dallas. It's gonna be something that was conceptualized in Atlanta, but it's gonna be a motherfucking Southwest Dallas driven event. From productions, a lot of the talent, the energy, the food. It's gonna embrace the culture of the Southwest. So if anybody has platforms and wants to partner, everybody knows Desi, right? And this is also Anissa here. I know, I put you on blast, I'm sorry. But Anissa heads up our influencer program as well. But we definitely want to connect with as many folks as possible and see how we can all win together. And yeah, welcome to motherfucking TwoGether Land. We finally made it. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. The bar is open. We got food being passed around. Thank you, Foundation Room, for hosting us. Desi, thank you for putting this thing together. You know what I'm saying? She real. We gonna turn up. We gonna party. Y'all ain't got keep your money in your pocket. We drinking tonight.